Welcome to a live tonight of some project stuff that I've been working on. Hopefully everything will be smooth tonight. Tonight, what we have is got some barn doors I got from Mud Creek Models. This is the N scale, and these are the HO scale, so it's double the size. Two and one, as you can see. There's the difference right there. We're using the N scale because I'm going to be adding them to the barn here, and I'm also going to be adding some brick. So we got a couple of things we're going to be doing tonight. I'm doing the prep work on the doors. So first I'm going to do the staining of the doors, and then I'm going to go and do the painting of the top trim that will later be glued onto the door. And then we'll get up here and we'll do some of this, then we'll stain this and we'll see how it comes out. So hopefully everything will turn out not too bad. So to start off, we are going to do the staining, and I'm going to be using this AK product called Streaking Grime. I just like the way it turns out on, and I think it's going to match all right with the building. And that's kind of what I'm aiming for. And whatnot. So what I do here is I just kind of put a little bit in my cap, just like that. Set the bottle aside. That there. We're going to get an extra napkin on the side here. Napkin, paper towel, whichever you want to call it. Shop towel. That way we can have a little bit of control of how much is actually going on to these. And so what I'm going to do here is kind of bring this down here like that. Bring it up there like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dab it just a little bit. And oops, that's the wrong brush. So I take my actual weathering brush, dab it, and then I'm just going to do one. Just going to kind of go down and just go. It doesn't got to be perfect, because let's just kind of go downward strokes with it. Because when it dries, it's going to have that brown color. And then you're going to overlay these, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it to the color texture you want, and it's clear. Thanks, Dylan. Yeah, just hanging out tonight, doing some video stuff of working on the layout buildings. So what we're doing is we're just taking this Streaking Grime from AK, and we're weathering, kind of almost dry brushing a little bit. You don't need a little bit, goes a long way. And I'm just kind of brushing it one direction. Just kind of making sure it's all even. If you get enough, you should be able to do just the whole door. And I'm not doing it too dark. I'm just getting it covered. You want some of the lighter stuff to show, because when you do age, some wood has dark spots and some has lighter spots. But being that we're going to be covering, we're going to be using the paint, and we're going to be putting this overlay right over it. The green and the brown is just going to contrast together, and that's kind of what we want. So that's kind of what I'm doing tonight, is getting these two parts done. That way they can dry. And I like to vary my colors on these because not every door is going to be the same. Now this building that I'm doing, which is going to be it's going to be a building that my trains go through. So I'm going to be putting this brick on that building, and I'm going to be using barn red for the brick. It's for the stain. So we're going to be doing that here tonight too. So, and I'm not doing a thick layer of this stuff. I'm just kind of doing kind of a lightish dark color, kind of a medium color, and that because it will dry and become a little lighter. And you can either do a light coat and then do more, or you can just do it all at once and let it dry and have varied effects. And that's kind of what I do. And by the time I'm done with these, one layer, the first one will be dry enough to where I can maybe do another coat if I want to. But what I do, I just go through and I do all of them. And I mean, it's only 4 doors, and so I'm actually sitting right under my wall unit here, so it's actually blowing heat on me at the moment for some airflow. So this will dry fairly quick because I'm sitting at the kitchen table. Now, when you're trying to weather your buildings with stains and stuff, I've been trying to learn to weather as I go. So if you layer your spots as you weather, or you're using your acrylic or your stains, and it dries, and then you have another layer of another type of color or a wash, it's going to give you that weather look as you do it. So there's not going to be a whole lot of work you're going to have to do at the end. I've done it both ways, and it comes out okay, I guess. And the look is varied. Now, where you can get these are if you go to Mud Creek Models website and you look, he has these doors. These are the N-scale ones. Oops. These are the N-scales that I'm doing right now. So if you just get a little extra on that one, just kind of get it all colored in, and it'll go like that. And then you just kind of blend it in with some of the others. Just kind of blend, thin them out. Again, I mean, if you look at old, like, color films, like from sheds and train barns, it's all grimy, aged, warped, or dirty, or brown. You know, those are the things you're looking for, and they're not perfect. And this is a working building, so the doors may not be in the best shape. They're just grimy and dirty, and you know, they don't have to be that perfect, because when you get in, when all is said and done, you know, you don't want everything perfect unless it's like intentional and it's brand new and you want to just build it that way. That's perfectly fine. It's however you, the creator, want it. But I'm wanting some of the actual wood to show through on it, because and then I'm doing the trim painted, and then this is all natural, like barn wood here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just got to be close enough to where it's not too light, but not too dark. And it has the highlights. As you see, these are coming through to have some highlights of the wood there. And it has some dark spots, some light spots, and that's the way that I'm looking for it. I might do another a little bit darker, but not a whole lot. Streaking rime, if you do it right, it actually makes the right color when it dries. So I've got a couple of decent coats on these, and I think I'm going to call it. You want it to look clean. You don't want it to look like you just slopped it on there, but you also want to kind of get your textures in there to kind of vary, so that you have some dark and some light contrast to each other, so that when you put the green on there, and you'll see that here in a few minutes when we get done, because I'm about to switch over to doing the secondary part of this. You want the darker background to pop through. And when you do that, it's going to really show the background, but you don't want it so dark that it just looks like a black blob with green on it. So I'm going to move these up just a little bit here. And then I'm going to switch over. Actually, got a little spot here that didn't want to come through. And if you get a little too much on there, you can always just dab it off. But I tend to like blend it a little more. And then it'll absorb in and dry, and it's okay. So there's that. Very quick and simple, very easy to do. Again, that's just the base. What you're going to use now is I'm going to be using this Deco Art from Americana, light avocado. I always shake it up before I use it. And again, I'm not going to use the rest of this, so I'm going to seal this other stuff up real quick. Any leftovers is dumped back in the bottle. Put the cap back on. And I don't solid tightly put my leggings down there on these. If you do that, and then because you had stuff in the cap, it's going to be like fighting it tooth and nail to get off of there. So what I do is I'm going to take... So I just dabbed it on the lid like that. And like that. Now on this, it doesn't matter which side you do. It's kind of whatever you prefer. It's all the same. So that's kind of how I roll with it anyway. Now, if you're wondering what the HO scale looks like compared to these, that's the size. It's basically two of these together. And that's HO scale, N scale. Frank at Mud Creek Models, that's where you can find these. So now I'm just going to take some of my paint in here. I'm just going to dab it. Put it right there. And then I'm just going to start off on the end here and just kind of use my fine brush and just kind of get these painted. You can stain these, you can prime them, you know. The outcomes are different, but, you know, it's kind of whatever your preference is. A lot of people ask me, well, don't you ever stain? I says, occasionally I do. In fact, the streak and grime is like a stain because it is, you know, I think this one, it's enamel. It's an enamel instead of an alcohol. So yeah, just come on down like this and just take your time with it. You don't have to get a lot of paint on your brush because that's when you overpaint. Just kind of go slow. Try to be steady. You want it to look good. Again, you know, you don't need to overkill on it. All that, these will come out good. Light avocado is a good color to do because it's kind of a neutral between a kind of like a pea green and one of the army green colors, I think. And it's a very well-rounded color. You can make it clean, you can blend it, and you can make it work for just about most applications that you're looking for. You can even get away with using it as a moss color depending on your application that you're wanting to use it as. But for me, I just kind of, as you see, I'm just kind of going, working it to the point where I feel it's satisfied enough. That's the thing too. Take your time, because if you go and you get to a point that you like it, but then you go continue to screw it up, you're not going to get that look back. It's very hard to get it back to when you actually like it. So go slow, and when you tell yourself it's good enough, stop. Don't go anymore, because then you're going to really ruin your all the hard work you put into it. You're not going to get back, because it's just so hard. Um, Without starting over, you're not going to get the same look, and then you'll be like kicking yourself in the pants for not listening to yourself say stop. So when you get to the point and you're ready to say stop, stop, because that's when all things will turn out better for you. So what I'll do on this is, when these are dry, I will take a lighter wash over these, maybe, and what I'll do by that, I'll mean I will take my pen pastel or my brown chalk, and I'll just go over this just to dirty it up enough to give it some age, and I'll let it go at that. I don't, because I already got everything where I want it. I don't want to do it overkill. And I will be putting some the finishing touches on the actual building for like the diesel or smoke resin from the steam and diesel engines that go through this building. I got to put that up on the side of the building, both sides, because you get it coming on you get it on this side as much as you do the outside. So you got to make sure you get both sides, because you got the smoke from the exhaust from the locomotives, and it is just kind of how you have to do it just to get the look of function, action, or movement, whatever. Sorry, whatever you want to call it. And it works. You just got to remember. You got to remember every step, and that you don't got to be perfect at it. Just do your best, and if it looks good for you, that's all that matters. Everybody has a different level of perfection, a different level of outcome based upon their skills and their mindset. And I'm not a professional at this. I'm just sharing what I do. And if you like it, great. Take it, perfect it for you, and show everybody else what you're able to do. That's all that matters, you know. Um, and I'll do one more here, and then I'll show you the outcome here of the color contrast against them. It is really gonna look good, in my opinion, on all that fun stuff. So, okay, get this down here. So, where are you listening from tonight, Dylan? I'm over here on the West Coast in Oregon. Okay, we're just finishing up this last one here. Okay, so that one's done, that one's done, that one's done, and that one's done. Okay, so let's take this, the contrast of the green. Okay, so what's going to happen is that now we got both these mirror, we got the streaking grime that did this, and now I'm just going to show you contrast. This is what it's going to look like, just like that. That looks good. And once they dry, I'll glue them together, and I will probably do like some dirt or something over this just to give the doors some age look. So underneath we have the streaking grime just on the door, and then we got the light avocado on the outer frame. And when these fully dry, I will glue these together, and I will make this turn into a door. I'll be doing 4 of these. So that's pretty much where we are at right now. So that's part 1. When these glue together, the last final touch up is just a little bit of weathering. So for that. And now we're moving on to the next part, which is going to be kind of fun. We are going to be staining some brick. So, and with that, to stain the brick, I'm going to be using this Hunter Line weathering mix. It's the Barn Red. First time using it, so we're going to see how well this turns out. So, I use a lot of the other products. They all turned out well. The only one I have to really thin down a little bit is the white, because the white is a pigment, and the pigment is a little thick. It's almost like painting paste. So this is a HO scale brick, or was it in scale? Oh, it was in scale. And for that, I'm going to take my weathering brush that I have here. After I shake this up, open this up. Okay, we can put this lid back on this paint. We're done with that for now. Okay, so the last part of tonight, we are going to just do these and let them dry. So what I do is I just dip my brush in the bottle, and I just kind of drag. I'm going to drag it over like this. Just kind of, let the brush drain itself on the actual wood. And let it absorb. I don't really apply any pressure. I just let it soak it up. Barely put it in there, and I'll do like a really good age color. And on this, when I get it right, what I'll do is I will like take a gray chalk. When it dries, and weather it that way. This turns out pretty good. This will turn out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the way the red's pulling it through into itself. You were sleeping, and now you're making a bunch of racket, dog. What's up with you? So I'll go through and do a nice kind of reddish brown. It's kind of a barn red is kind of a brownish red, I guess you could say. So just making sure there's a good coat absorbing in. It'll dry. I'm not sure how the color is going to dry, so I want to make sure it's going to look good. So what I'll do is I'm going to go through and do this other one real quick. Again, just dip it in and let the brush just kind of do its thing. You don't have to apply pressure. It's just stain. And then I'll show you how well it absorbed in a second here. I know it's at kind of a weird angle, but this color is just going to look good for the brick, and it has the black behind it. I'm wanting you to see. So, I know you're protesting over there, dog. Okay. We'll kind of come in here. Just give it a little, you know, make sure it has a good little bit. Can't talk tonight. Make sure it has some good coverage. And all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna show you, bring it up the other one up front close here, so you can see that so hopefully this will come in clear. See how awesome that looks? Barn red. That's barn red from Hunterline on laser cut brick. That's awesome. That is very awesome. So you got the barn red look on there. And so what this is going to look like when it's all good. Might do a little more on this one just to kind of make it enrich. Now that sometimes you have to go back and enrich the depth of the color. And that's so nice of the wood that it's so forgiving. So this one it enriched. That one's dried enough to where I wanted to add a little bit more touch to it, and everything else. So let me show you what it looks like on the what the buildings are like. It's not cut or anything. The reason why I'm adding it onto the building is so it raises it up so my N-scale locomotives will clear it. I set it on the table the other day, and my N-scale Challenger could not go through using the Kato track. So I'm putting it on a foundation. So this is what it's going to look like right here. The color. And then when I'm done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, when I get it all dry, I'm going to weather it down with some gray or black mixture, and then it will age this a little bit more than just the red. So it's not just going to be red brick, because this makes it look like too new. So I want to give it a little more age look, just like I did the building. Hey James, welcome to the channel. Just doing some weathering on this bit. This building's been in progress for like a couple years now. Doing some Hunterline brickwork on my N-scale stuff. Yeah. So this is a barn red from Hunterline. Working on the brick foundation for this structure, and let me show you the pretty much done with that. Let me show you the doors I just did. So what I did was I stained the backdrop here with a product called Streaking Grime from AK. And that's the outlook of it. No prepping, just right onto the wood. And then I took some light avocado from Americana, and I went over the other secondary layer, which will get glued to that, just so that I can match. So I can match the color to the windows. And in order for these N-scale doors to work, I can get away with putting a foundation on it and weathering the foundation, and then I can have them open, or I can put them on the inside like this, or one way or the other. But they'll be open because this thing is designed for having locomotives drive through, and do all loading. So Yeah, this is stuff I've been waiting to do. Also, yeah, I did a video. Was it yesterday? Yesterday or Sunday, James? I did a video of the train show. I didn't record at the train show because somebody over there who is asleep now decided to keep my attention on riding the Thomas train inside the train show. So she got me. I was there. I ended up being at the train show from 10:30 to 2 p.m. our time, and about half that time was on Thomas or waiting in line. So it's like, okay, but I did find an E7 F unit, undecorated, never put together, from 2000, and I got it right here. Let me show you. I am proud of this. I finally got it from my daughter. So this is what I got my daughter. Let me come out here. So this is the E7 locomotive. It's brand new in box. It does run. It comes with an extra headlight wire. All the details still have to be put on it, and it was perfect because I wanted something to be able to customize for her. So between me and my father-in-law, we're going to get this thing painted, and it's going to be hers. And should she not want to do trains, it will come back to me. That's just the way I'm going to let her know. This is the way it's going to be. But this is going to be hers. It's DCC ready. So I just go get a decoder and I can run it on DCC. Right now I can put it on the track and it'll run right out of the box as DC. So I'm pleased with it. I only paid what did I pay for it? Oh, yes, I paid $65 for it. Most of these are about that or more on eBay. If you find any of the protos, they're between that and $100 plus shipping. So I got a steal for that one. I'm very happy. My daughter will be very happy to have her own locomotive sometime between now and summer when we can get to it and get it set up. So anyway, it's all good. So back to the project at hand here. So these are looking pretty good. This is pretty well dried. So I'm gonna let these all dry for about a day. So it's good drying time, and then all these will get put together. These will get trimmed down to size, and these will get trimmed to size, and then these will yes, James. I'm about done. So yes, if you set that up and are ready, I will jump from here onto that, and we will get what we've been talking about done. So give me like a couple minutes, wrap this up, and then I'll jump over to you. So yeah, I'm gonna just basically let this dry overnight. Yes, go ahead and do that. So this will dry. I'll do like a gray black, probably more like a gray white on this to kind of give it some color change. Okay, James. So that will give it some color change there, and then I'll be able to put I'll be able to glue those doors together and get some like dirt weather on that. Then those can go in, and these will be ready to get are going on here this next week, and then I gotta find my door for here. It's gonna look the same as this, and then I gotta work on the roof. The roof will then be the next big thing after that's all done. And And then, yes, I got some touch-up stuff I got to do here on the corner from glue. Got to clean that up. But other than that, we are going to do a strand out. So I will be putting, there will be a track right here, and then there will be I'm going to have an awning come out. Later on, when I get ready to install this to the track, I'm going to add a awning that comes out. And then I'll put some posts down, and so that the trains can run through. And the way that I'll do that is I will put a piece of track down, the train cars and stuff there, and then I will adjust the height that makes it feel more right, which is probably going to be center. So there's a line right there, so I'll probably bring it straight out, and then I'll have, cars that come in and get loaded, they can be backed in right next to this structure, ready to go, or the empties can be put there, something, and then they come in and get loaded, and they're ready to go. That way, if they're loaded already, no one's around, they can come get them and haul them away. Something like that. Don't know the entire story of this location yet, but it's going to be a loading facility of some kind. Haven't really decided what just yet, but it's going to be interesting. The roof is going to be different. It's going to be different. So that's why I'm holding off on the roof till I know more of what I'm going to do, because this is a scratch build, so I might take the roof here, but I might just decide to change the centerpiece and have something like come down from a tank or whatever, and I don't know. There's a lot we can do with it. So anyway, guys, that's a wrap for the day. That's about 40-minute video, kind of what's going on with this project. I'll be doing some gluing of some details here soon on Lily's place. Just got to work on figuring what to do with the signage for Lily's place, but this has just been an ongoing project for me, finally getting it to the point where I feel good about it. Again, this is the brick. It's stained by Hunter Line Barn Red weathering mix. And then I'll weather it with kind of a gray-white, kind of a mortar color for that. And then we got the doors over there drying. We'll overlap them, unglue them, and get them on. And then that's all be nice. So, yeah, a lot going on this week. So with that, we're going to call it for this episode of the projects. I'm trying to do more of the lives for projects rather than videos, just because it just saves on editing, and it is what it is. So, all right, guys, we are going to see you guys next time. Maybe Sunday evening. Maybe I'll get on and do another video. This is Wednesday. Maybe I'll do one. I try to reserve Fridays for other podcasts. So there's a few guys I jump on with now, and so I try to save Fridays for them. Maybe do some modeling while I talk to them, that kind of thing. But usually I try to save some time for other podcasts that I follow and talk to. So with that said, we'll see you guys next time, and I think it'll be maybe Saturday night sometime. We're going to a concert with my daughter 2:00 this Saturday afternoon, so you might see me Friday or Saturday evening, maybe sometime on Sunday. So until then, we'll see you all then. Again, thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up if you like what you see. Always feel free to leave a comment of what you're looking to see. Maybe I have something planned and I can bring that to the table sooner. There's like a dozen things that I want to do lives with, so it's just kind of whatever I feel like doing and I can get done with the time I have. So, but yeah, these are turning out great. So I'll definitely be back when I do the assembly, so you guys can see how it's coming together as it's done. I'll have everything ready to go, and we'll just do an assembly night. So till then, we'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a blessed and safe rest of your night wherever you are. It is currently 5 minutes to 7 here on the West Coast. So I'm sure everybody is later wherever you're, depending on where you're watching. So you guys have a safe night, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.